I'm sorry, a broken bar, but I, Archangel Michael, have been watching something unfold right next door. This message is urgent. It wasn't supposed to be delivered today, but divine timing has forced it into your path. There is a persona broken bar not far from you. Not online. Not in a distant city. But right next to where you lay your head. Your neighbor. They smile. They wave. They pretend to be harmless. But behind that smile is a motive so personal and so calculated that heaven had to intervene. Because you, beloved, are in the middle of a setup you cannot yet see. Type 667 if you're ready to expose what's been hidden. This neighbor has spoken your name. Not just in passing, not just in gossip. They mentioned you in a conversation where your personal matters were twisted. Where envy dripped from their tongue. Where your blessings became their bitterness. They've noticed your growth. Your peace. Your rising light. But instead of celebrating it, they began plotting. Archangel Michael says, they saw who came to visit your house last Thursday. They watched closely. They've asked others about you, even checked things that should be private. And now a broken bar, they're preparing to act on what they know. Type 987 if your spirit already felt something off. This isn't to make you fearful, it's to prepare you. God is not revealing this for you to run. He's revealing this so you can stand boldly and not be caught off guard. There is something about your property, or your reputation in the area, that they're trying to manipulate. They want to use a technicality as something small but important to accuse you, report you, or block a door meant to bless you. Yes, even neighbors can carry jealous spirits. Spirits that hide behind polite hellos and fake concern. This one has already spoken to someone about you, whether a society chairman, housing authority, or someone tied to local systems. Type 687 if you want this neighbor's plan reversed in Jesus' name. Archangel Michael says, you must not confront them in rage. You must silence your space and begin praying Psalm 91 aloud for the next 7 days. You must anoint your door with oil and speak protection over your home. Because they wanted to strike when you were distracted. But now? Now, you are awake. And heaven is positioning angels around your home, one at the front, one at the back, and one at every entry point. Type yes if you feel this message piercing through the fog. This person thought they could stop your flow. They thought they could cause delay. But what they didn't realize is that the minute your spirit felt uneasy, God assigned an angel to investigate. That angel reported back. And now the alarm has been sounded. Do not fear. But do not be passive. You are being warned so you can act in wisdom. Be slow to speak. Watch your visitors. Lock what needs to be locked spiritually and physically. Because what they meant for evil, a broken bar, God is about to turn into a testimony. A reversal so mighty, that your neighbor will tremble and know that you are not protected by walls, but by divine fire. Type 1111 if you trust God to handle what's hidden. And remember this, the enemy may live next door or a broken bar, but God lives within you. And no hidden agenda can stand when heaven has sounded the trumpet. You are shielded. You are chosen. You are watched over. And they will not succeed. I see you're still here because deep down, you know this message isn't random. It's not just words on a screen. It's a divine interruption. A warning wrapped in mercy. Because God doesn't expose without reason a broken bar. Archangel Michael continues, this neighbor or a broken bar, they've noticed your timing. When you leave. When you return. They've memorized more about your routine than you realize. And the truth is, they're not watching for concern. They're watching for an opportunity. An open moment. A weak spot. But they forgot one thing: your covering is supernatural. Type 667 if you refuse to be blindsided. They've spoken to someone behind your back. The conversation included your name, your habits, and your blessings. They think you have too much. They think it's unfair that you're rising. But what they don't see are the battles you've fought to get here. They don't know how much pain you've carried quietly. How many nights you've cried to God for protection. How many traps you've escaped because angels stood guard. Beloved, this is not just a human issue. This is spiritual jealousy manifesting through familiar faces. That's why the warning feels so sharp. So personal. So undeniable. Type 987 if your heart is pounding and your discernment is wide open. Archangel Michael says, do not engage them. Do not explain yourself. Do not give away your strategy. This week, something will happen: a small conversation, a passing comment, a slip-up, and it will reveal exactly who they are. Let it come. Let them expose themselves. Because heaven is already 10 steps ahead. You'll hear something odd. Maybe a neighbor will casually mention a report or complaint, or an official notice will arrive via broken bar, but instead of fear, let that moment be your confirmation. God is saying, this is the moment I told you about. Don't panic. Stand. Type 687 if you're ready to stand your ground in faith. This is not about revenge. This is about revelation. So you can stop trusting the wrong spirit. So you can close access to the wrong person. Your peace is priceless. Your home is sacred. Your atmosphere is not up for negotiation. Archangel Michael's instruction. Anoint your doorposts with oil every morning for the next 7 days. Speak this aloud before you sleep: no weapon formed against me spiritually or physically shall prosper. I declare divine blindness over every enemy watching me. Let confusion fall into their camp. Let God arise and every hidden plot be scattered. Type yes if you receive this instruction as your shield. And now a broken bar: hear this in your spirit: God is not only going to block their plan. He is going to embarrass it. Turn it back on them. Expose their envy, while elevating you even higher. Because the more they try to tear you down, the more heaven will lift you. You were never meant to fight this alone. The angels have been dispatched. You will sleep in peace. You will walk in authority. And they will soon realize they weren't messing with just a neighbor. They were trying to challenge someone with a heavenly contract. Type 1111 if you trust God to finish what He started. Your shield is active. Your warning has come. Now stand in victory, because no neighbor's scheme can overthrow a child of God. More will be revealed. Stay ready. Stay prayed up. Stay covered. You're still here. That means your spirit knows a broken bar. This isn't a coincidence. This message is your spiritual surveillance, God letting you peek behind the veil before something dangerous tries to bloom in silence. Archangel Michael returns with urgency. This neighbor or a broken bar, they didn't just stop at watching. They've started forming alliances. 2 others have been brought into their whisper circle. Not all neighbors, some are online, some connected through mutual contacts, but the goal is the same: to weaken your spiritual covering through gossip, distraction, and false reports. Type 667 if you're ready to cancel every demonic alliance. They've been snooping into your deliveries, your visitors, your schedule, even your social media presence. They are trying to paint a false narrative about you. Why? Because they know you are on the edge of breakthrough. And if they can taint your name just enough, they think they can delay it. But what they don't know, a broken bar, is that you have a spiritual surveillance system they can't see. Angels. Assigned by name. Trained for battle. Watching every whisper. And right now, Archangel Michael is standing over your roof with his sword drawn. Type 987 if you feel your protection activating now. You'll notice strange things this week. Sudden shifts in certain people's tone. Unexplained tension from someone who used to be warm. A strange knock or notice that feels off. Don't ignore it. Those are not coincidences. They're spiritual signals. Your discernment is being sharpened because God is teaching you how to see beyond smiles. This neighbor has spoken to someone in authority. It may be housing management, a broken bar, a local group, a broken bar, or even online platforms if you're in the public eye. They tried to create a paper trail against you. But heaven already ripped it in the spirit. Now, it won't land. It won't stick. It will fall into divine confusion. Type 687 if you want God to reverse every false report. Archangel Michael says, they set a trap. But the trap is now reversing. They dug a ditch. But they're about to fall into it. Just wait. One of the people they tried to influence is going to come back to you, and when they do, they will accidentally reveal what your neighbor was saying behind your back. It will sting. But it will also set you free. God is saying, you needed to see this. Because I'm removing every contaminated connection from your environment. I'm cleaning the space around you for what's next. Type yes if you want God to purify your surroundings. Let this be your action plan. 1. Light a candle each evening this week as a symbol of spiritual watchfulness. 2. Speak aloud, God, blind every eye sent to monitor me. Cancel every accusation. I reject every report sent from envy. Let your fire rest on my home. 3. Be silent around nosy people. Starve the gossip spirits. Feed only the angels with your prayers. And finally, hear this loud in your spirit. This neighbor thought they were just dealing with flesh and blood. But what they didn't know, a broken bar, was that you are anointed. You are covered. And you are surrounded by a heavenly firewall that no demonic whisper can penetrate. Type 1111 if you trust that God has already exposed and shut it down. Keep your peace. Watch carefully. Speak little. Pray much. And remember, when God shows you their hidden hand, He's preparing your visible victory. You're not just being warned. You're being positioned. Stay awake, chosen one. The full exposure is almost here. You're still here. And that means one thing: your spirit refuses to be fooled again. You've trusted too easily before. You've excused too many red flags. But this time, a broken bar, God is making sure you see everything. Because what's happening behind that wall, that gate, that fake smiley, it's more serious than you imagined. Archangel Michael speaks again. They didn't just stop at small talk. They've spoken to someone with power to act. An inspector, a broken bar, an ho official, a broken bar, a landlord, a broken bar, even someone tied to a government system. Why? Because they're hoping to remove you, shift you, discredit you, or lock you out of something tied to your stability. But let this be known in the heavens and on earth, no gate they try to shut will override the door God has opened. Type 667 if you declare, every gate closed by man will be blown open by God. This is not just about property. It's about territory. Spiritual territory. You brought peace to where there was confusion. You've shifted the atmosphere in your area. That's why darkness is uncomfortable. That's why jealousy has begun to creep like a snake. Because your very presence is warfare. And they feel it even if they can't explain it. Archangel Michael reveals, this neighbor is planning to trigger something official. A final broken bar violation, a broken bar report that looks routine but it's designed to cost you peace, money, or access. But here they are too late. Because this message is not late. It's on time. And your awareness has activated divine defense. Type 987 if you're activating the blood covering over your home now. They thought you wouldn't notice. They assumed your kindness meant weakness. But what they forgot a broken bar was that kindness is not blindness. And silence is not powerlessness. There's something about to happen in a broken bar, a spiritual exchange. Their name is being replaced by yours in a conversation. You are going to be overlooked at a broken bar, but now? God is placing your name in the right mouths. The mouths of protection. The mouths of favor. Type 687 if you're ready to receive the divine reversal that's coming. Tonight, before you sleep, you'll walk your home, even if it's just one room. And say this out loud. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am not just a resident, I am anointed. No voice, no paper, no plan, and no person will remove me from where God has planted me. Angels, take post. God, reign here. Let every enemy be exposed, and every hidden plan back fury immediately. Because something is coming that will make sense of everything. You'll hear a conversation soon. Or someone will accidentally say too much. When you hear it, don't react. Just smile. Because that's your confirmation. That's your proof. That's your signal, the trap has collapsed. Type yes if you receive this like a spiritual soldier on assignment. And let this be your peace, you are not being warned to be afraid. You're being warned so that you can reclaim your ground in full authority. They've underestimated you. But heaven never did. So now? Let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them plot. Because while they're busy in the shadows, God is preparing to publicly elevate you. The very ones who tried to cast you out will have to witness your breakthrough a front row. Type 1111 if you trust God to not just protect you, but promote you in the face of every hidden enemy. This is the final hour of their plan. And the first moment of your rise. Stay covered. Stay silent. Stay watchful. Because victory is closer than you think. You're still here because deep within your spirit, you know this message hasn't finished yet. Something in your gut has been stirring. Not anxiety, a broken bar, but confirmation. Because what you've sensed for weeks of the tension in the air, the forced smiles, the quiet watching, you weren't imagining it. Archangel Michael returns one final time with thunder in his voice. This neighbor thought they had time. Time to dig deeper. Time to spread rumors. Time to quietly dismantle your stability, one move at a time. But they didn't realize a broken bar, their clock has just run out. Because when heaven moves, it does not move politely up, it moves with force, fire, and finality. Type 667 if you believe God is about to flip this entire situation. Here's what they did. They gathered data. They watched your habits. They gossiped under the disguise of concern. And now, they've tried to use legal or administrative tools against you to make you look unfit, unstable, or unworthy of your blessing. This may come in the form of a sudden letter, a surprise inspection, a false complaint, or a random neighborhood disruption. But God says, before it even lands, I have already rebuked it. This message was not sent to you today just for comfort. It was sent to interrupt the enemy's schedule, to derail their accusation, to blind the person sent to carry the message against you, and to let you know, a broken bar, you are not alone. Type 987 if you feel the angelic barrier rising around your home right now. Now hear this, someone else in your area, as someone quiet, someone who has always kept to themselves, has seen what your neighbor is doing. But they've been silent, watching, waiting. They are about to come forward. Not out of gossip, a broken bar, but out of divine prompting. They will validate what you felt. They will speak truth. And their words will disarm the entire plan against you. Your name was being whispered, a broken bar, but now your name is being defended by unseen allies. God is using even the silent ones to expose the loud ones. Type 687 if you're ready for heaven to speak on your behalf. Archangel Michael says, they tried to find something to remove you. But in their search, they uncovered their own fault. The very thing they tried to use against you, a broken bar, will now be investigated upon them. There is about to be a reversal. A shift so public that even those who doubted you will realize, a broken bar, God fights differently. Not with fists, but with favor. Not with screams, but with supernatural exposure. Say this aloud right now, even softly, I am a child of divine fire. No trap set against me shall stand. No door closed by man shall override what God has opened. I walk in authority, I speak in boldness, and I will not be moved by fear, only by faith. Type yes if you felt that decree seal something inside you. Now listen, chosen only, you are not paranoid. You are prophetic. And what you are sensing right now, it's not fear. It's your discernment awakening. God is showing you the final pieces of the puzzle. The web that was spun is being unraveled. The hands that stirred it are being revealed. And the lies that were spoken are about to crumble in broad daylight. Type 1111 if you believe divine truth will silence every false voice. Do not lose sleep. Do not spiral in worry. Do not react in flesh. Because what you do not see is that right now a document is being stopped. A phone call is being dropped. An order is being cancelled. Because God stepped in at the final second. This is your moment of protection. Your shield is not metal, it is angelic presence. Your defense is not lawyers, it is the hand of the Almighty. So walk boldly. Sleep peacefully. And when you see that neighbor again, smile. Not because you trust Amy, but because you trust God more. The war is over. The trap is broken. And the blessing they tried to block, a broken bar, is now on its way to your doorstep.